You're sitting at home, you're watching a movie, you order some sweet and sour chicken, you eat it, and then, wait a minute, it's this much per person, brother? When it could be this much. That is but cheaper.
Hello. Buy my book.
Okay, so sweet and sour chicken. Many of us in America know what it is. I'm pretty sure it's more of an Americanized dish, so we're not gonna go too deep into the traditions of what it is, but it's exactly what it sounds like. Nobody really knows what the sauce exactly is. It's like corn syrup and white distilled vinegar, and that's it. I'm not really sure, so we're gonna do our best to recreate that flavor, and you already know it's gonna be better, so this isn't about better, but just don't go there. Okay. The price point of the average sweet and sour chicken isn't necessarily considered expensive, but why couldn't it be cheaper? Why couldn't it be less expensive? That's what this show is all about. So this sun is gonna piss me off. You go. So with all that said, let's make this, shall we? Righto. So this is a shockingly fast to make recipe, and it's all done in a single wok. So first you're gonna start by cutting 1 red bell pepper into 1-inch pieces, 1 green bell pepper into 1-inch pieces, and half a red onion also into 1-inch pieces. See how there's kind of a pattern here? Put all that into a bowl and toss together. Separately, you'll need about 1 cup or 220 grams of medium diced pineapple, and of course, Papa uses the whole pineapple. It's easy. Cut off the top, the bottom, then shave off the skin by cutting round the fruit while trying to maintain the flesh as much as possible. Then cut it in half, then into quarters, slice out the core, and well, now all you gotta do is just dice that brother up. Okay, we have our veg and fruit, so now and only now can we use our board for the chicken. See, there's a method here, buddy. Do your veg and then your chicken. You wanna cut your nasty ass raw chicken on a board, then get your fresh pineapple all up in that? Look, it's just not right, okay? Total bruh moment. Please stop immediately. Now get yourself 1 pound or 450 grams of boneless and skinless chicken thighs, cut them into 1-inch pieces, and as usual, please keep them even. Toss those into a bowl and season generously with kosher salt. Then just place those in the fridge to cure for at least 1 hour, but ideally overnight. You'll notice I do this often with lots of chicken, and it's because it gives the salt time to really penetrate the meat. And don't tell me that you don't like that word, okay? First it was moist, now it's penetrate. Get over yourself. Now while that's curing, we can get our sweet and sour sauce prepared. In a bowl, add 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of granulated sugar, 3.5 tablespoons or 52 grams of ketchup, half a cup or 120 milliliters of pineapple juice, 3 tablespoons or 45 milliliters of rice wine vinegar. Whisk that together, half a cup or 120 milliliters of hot water, and season to taste with salt. You're gonna whisk that in as well, duh. In a separate bowl, whisk together 2 tablespoons or 15 grams of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons or 28 grams of water to get a nice slurry. Now place those 2 to the side. For our chicken, we're gonna need a simple tempura-esque batter. That's emphasis on esque. In a medium-sized bowl, add 3/4 of a cup or 112 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons or 28 grams of cornstarch, 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of baking powder, half a teaspoon or 3 grams of baking soda. Give that some whiskey business for Papa. Till combined, then using a fork, mix in 3/4 of a cup or 180 milliliters of ice water to get a thick bowie batter. And finally, mix in 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of vegetable oil, and that is your chicken batter. Now fill a separate bowl with just plain all-purpose flour for dusting, only like a half cup or so. I usually eyeball it. You're not gonna need much, just don't overdo it. Now get yourself a large wok. Yes, of course you can do this in a pot, but you'll be completely missing out on the wok hay, which both Papa and Uncle Roger will be watching in complete disappointment. Anyway, fill that bad boy about half the way up with vegetable oil, heat that over high heat, and once it reaches 350 degrees Fahrenheit, toss a handful of your chicken into the plain flour, shake off the excess, then dunk your pieces into the batter, shake off that excess, and carefully place into your hot oil. You'll likely have to do this in 2 to 3 batches depending on the size of your wok, but definitely do not overcrowd that thing. Now just let those bad boys fry, turning them occasionally for about 4 to 5 minutes, or until they reach a beautiful golden brown quiff. And the inside is cooked to at least 165 Fahrenheit. Then using a spider, fish your little chicken men out of the oil and drain on a wire rack or paper towels. Then all you gotta do is repeat with the rest of your chicken. Being careful not to splash yourself with oil because you're likely excited for the end product. But splashing yourself could result in an injury. Obviously. Now once all of your chicken is fried, pour out all of your oil, but about 3 tablespoons. Then heat your pan over high heat, and once it's screaming hot, add in your onion and pepper mix and begin stir frying. Really give it that nice toss and turn and twist, the flick of the wrist, and of course, the wok hey. I mean, look at that thang flaming up. That is what you want. Now once your veg is starting to soften and pick up some light color, about 2 to 3 minutes, add in your pineapple, stir fry for 30 seconds, then add in your sweet and sour sauce, toss together and let that simmer and reduce for about 1 minute, then add in half of your cornstarch slurry, assess its
absolute thickness,
and add more slurry if it needs to be thicker. Once it has the correct consistency, add your chicken back in, turn off the heat, and toss together until evenly distributed, and the chicken is completely coated in the sauce. You know, I don't understand how you can ever get chicken that's not properly coated. It's not okay, it's lazy, it's sad. Please, take the time. Lastly, once that's coated, add in 3 cloves of very finely minced fresh garlic. No, not the pre-peeled or the pre-crushed garlic. Please stop doing that. Toss that to evenly distribute the garlic and serve immediately over rice, and get ready to go to confession session, because Lord have mercy on my behind, for I am about to bust. Now let us taste test. Wow, look at this. All this for this price right here. Per serving? This is a little bit of an extra large serving. Sweet and sour chicken, which is already commonly inexpensive. We've made it much cheaper at home. What, Josh, you can make sweet and sour chicken at home? That's impossible. And it's technically a 1-pot meal. There you go. Let's get a sound test on this. Oh yeah. That is what I would call big mommy. Oh, there goes the sun. That's how good it was. You guys know it's good when the sun randomly goes away. Thanks, Houston. What should a classic sweet and sour have? It should be sweet and it should be sour. All right. Assuming that you fried this properly, the chicken should still be a little bit crisp, but also have that nice chew to it. The crust is sort of combined with the sauce to become a caramelized skin. It's got the umami, it's got richness to it. The point that I want to make is that you can make your very own takeaway at home for an even cheaper than your favorite Chinese restaurants. Don't do that, okay? People yelled at me about that. I'm not doing it. You want to know what else has glistening, glazed thighs for all of us to see? B-roll. Okay, what do I usually say? I can't remember what I usually say.
All right, guys, so that is it.
Oh yeah, Vikram, come do this outro.
All right, guys, so that is it. We made our sweet and sour chicken. It was sweet, it was sour. So let's get Josh in here.
Boo! Thank you, Vikram, for pulling that one together, because apparently I can't talk today. We made the sweet and sour chicken. It came out beautifully. It had the it had the correct texture of the sauce, gooey and yet sweet and yet umami. Classic flavors of a sweet and sour, but elevated. For a beautiful price of this per serving, per person, whatever the hell you want to call it. If you are cooking from home, it is always going to be less expensive. That is just the plain fact of cooking. If you want to waste your money and go eat out at a crappy restaurant, spend 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times the price, then that's your prerogative. We're just trying to make a little bit of value for the people watching. So with all that said, if you enjoyed this video or you learned something, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you